When you put your entire life online, it's inevitable you are eventually going to get into a little drama. Welcome to ChaosGaming. Today, we're going to be looking at some of the biggest feuds in gaming history. Biggest streamer feuds, that is. Drop a like, let me know which of these you witnessed in real time. And let's start off with Bob7 versus Destiny. A lot of you probably know Destiny pretty well. He's a streamer who usually focuses on hot topics and political debates, which can lead to some pretty interesting discussions with other content creators. Well, earlier this year, Destiny found himself in the crosshairs of another streamer who goes by Bob7. It all started when Destiny accused Bob7 of releasing intimate pictures of women without their consent, which, an accusation that Bob7 completely denied. After a couple days, Bob7 released a long manifesto accusing Destiny of being toxic and disrespectful towards women, essentially shifting the accusations from himself back to the accuser. Things got ugly. According to Bob7, he lost a job because of Destiny's accusations towards him, and in the giant manifesto, he really dug into Destiny's own behavior. The feud, it went on for a while, and several other streamers took both sides of the fight, but I won't say anything more about this one because it's still a very hot topic. I'll let you guys look into it and come up with your own conclusion. Next up, Huskers versus NickMerks. These are two of the biggest names in Warzone. Heck, they're two of the biggest names on Twitch in general, but a few weeks ago, they were at each other's throats over the state of Warzone, and things got a tad ugly. It all started in late 2020, when Huskers and NickMerks were facing off in a Warzone tournament, and according to Huskers, Nick and his team had tried to take hosting privileges for Game 2 of the set, even though they already hosted Game 1. Now, for those that don't know how online tournaments work, it's usually a rule to let the teams alternate hosting from match to match. That way, nobody can complain about one team winning due to a better connection. We didn't hear much about this in the moment, but in February of 2021, Huskers was talking about the incident on stream, and according to him, NickMerks had repeatedly tried to take hosts from them in the tournament, and after Huskers refused to give it up, Nick actually unfollowed him on Twitter. Huskers then called Nick a man baby and said, bring him in my Discord, I would say it to his face. I mean, it's always funny to see big Warzone streamers teaming up, but if you were hoping for a Huskers NickMerks boxing match, probably not going to happen, and you're not going to see them teaming up either. They're probably not going to be playing together anytime soon. How about Tfue versus CloakC and 72 Hours? Back during the Fortnite heyday, three of the biggest names in the competitive scene were Tfue, CloakC, and 72 Hours, all of whom constantly played in events together. Tfue and CloakC in particular were viewed by many to be the best duo in the entire game, but why did these guys never talk to each other anymore? Well, in September of 2019, Tfue revealed why he doesn't play with others anymore, and apparently it's because he lost a ton of money by playing with them. The details are complicated, and from what I can decipher, Tfue said he offered $140,000, or he was offered $140,000 by EA to stream the new Madden game, but he turned it down because he was going to practice with the squad instead in preparation for an upcoming tournament. However, after he turned down this giant offer, he found out that both CloakC and 72 Hours were also offered the money to stream Madden, and they took it. So now Tfue was out $140,000 because he thought they were going to practice. After the incident, he split from the trio and said he's not going to play with them anymore until they pay the money he lost for the whole fiasco. CloakC and 72 Hours fired back at him, said he was an idiot for turning down the Madden offer in the first place, and calling him out for never communicating with them about it. So according to the two other guys, Tfue never said anything to them about the Madden offer, which obviously led to even more miscommunication. To me, it all sounds like petty drama, but when you're a full-time content creator, these sponsorship deals can make or break your connections with people, and as it stands right now, I don't think you're going to see the old gang get back together. Next up, Leffen versus Hungrybox. Now, if you follow competitive Super Smash Bros., you're probably eating this drama up. Two of the best Melee players of all time, and they've always had a bit of a rivalry, but in 2018, it got hot. The two players were constantly talking smack to each other on Twitter and on their streams, and there were multiple instances at tournaments where it seems like the two are about to actually start physically fighting. One especially infamous incident occurred at Genesis 5, where Leffen and Hungrybox had to face each other twice in the top 8 bracket, both of which Hungrybox won and neither of which ended with a handshake. I mean, these guys do not like each other, and while their feud has been going on for years, their 2018 arc was pretty tense. So was this one. Ferg versus DrDisrespect. Now, the Doc is known for his big personality and constant arguments with other streamers. Most of the time, people don't pay too much attention to the things Doc says because he's in character. Obviously, he doesn't think most of the things he says, and he makes that very obvious. However, he's definitely gotten under some people's skin, and in late 2020, he was in the middle of a heated argument with another streamer named Ferg. For those that don't know, Ferg is a professional COD mobile player, and he wasn't exactly happy with some of the comments Doc made about mobile gamers. In late 2020, Doc said mobile gaming was a joke, and it should be taken seriously like other gaming platforms, which, that was the final straw for Ferg. Ferg went off on Doc on Twitter and even challenged him to a 1v1 in COD Mobile, which Doc unfortunately did not accept. Ferg even said he'd play on COD Mobile while Doc played on mouse and keyboard. I mean, I don't like when people have beef with each other, but I think this 1v1 should have happened. At number 5, Tyler1 versus DrDisrespect. We're going to stick with Doc for one more entry. Tyler is another one of the biggest streamers in the world, but these two have a long documented beef. The two constantly go at each other for a million different reasons, and while sometimes it's obviously playful banter, other times it gets a little less lighthearted. Tyler1 will make fun of Doc's game choices, Doc will make fun of Tyler1's height, and both guys will constantly resort to yelling while talking over each other. Now, Tyler doesn't take crap from anybody, but Doc is constantly trying to get on top, so you can imagine how much these two conflict with each other. Again, the banter between them is often playful for the viewers, but everybody knows they don't really like each other. This next one, everybody remembers this. Ninja versus Tfue. I mean, they've had a bit of a beef for a long, long time, ever since the H1Z1 days, and once the two of them started blowing up on Fortnite, well, the beef was renewed. It got a lot more intense thanks to both of them having much bigger audiences. Now, it doesn't seem like there's any specific starting points, but every once in a while, Tfue will make some comments about Ninja, or he'll say he's better than him, and Ninja will brush it off. Tfue will escalate it, Ninja will punch back, so on and so forth. I mean, I like Tfue, but I think we can all agree he's usually the one starting the fights most of the time. And from a business perspective, I get it. Why not keep beef going with one of the biggest streamers in the world? I mean, you're both going to benefit. This next one, we're going way back into the COD vault. Wings of Redemption versus Pro Syndicate. I mean, it's crazy beef. If you're old school COD, you remember. In early days of Call of Duty content, Wings and Pro were two of the biggest names in both video creation and streaming. Wings also was notorious for starting beef with other creators, and eventually Pro Syndicate got fed up with it. The two decided to settle their beef the old-fashioned way, a 1v1 on Bog and COD 4, where Pro Syndicate absolutely decimated Wings for the whole world to see. It went down in COD history as one of the most career-destroying incidents, and even to this day, people still bring up the infamous Bog 1v1 from time to time. As the old saying goes, don't talk it if you can't take a hit. And next, at number 2, XQC versus Ninja and JGhosty. In early 2020, XQC, who's already a bit of a drama magnet, got fed up with Ninja's brand and the way Ninja's wife, known as JGhosty, presents herself on Twitter. It all started when XQC implied that big streamers actually get paid to do charity streams. Dr. Lupo responded, saying he has never been paid to do a charity stream, and then JGhosty chimed in saying that XQC always has some trash to say and that Ninja has never been paid to do a charity event. Well, XQC wasn't taking it. He fired back saying nobody asked her and then called her a virtue signal. Now, Ninja stepped in to defend his wife, of course, and his brand, at which point things got uglier and uglier. XQC implied JGhosty was a gold digger. JGhosty called XQC a sexist, and Ninja called him a piece of, things got ugly. But then it all culminated into this. At number 1, Ninja versus Alinity. Now, Alinity is certainly one of the most controversial figures on Twitch due to her constant mishaps and the fact that she's almost always finding herself in drama. In early 2020, Alinity got into some beef with none other than Ninja. Following the XQC and Ninja drama, popular esports journalist Slasher tweeted out he wanted to see a 2v2 match with XQC and Adapt taking on Ninja and JGhosty. Alinity chimed in, said she thought XQC would win easily, at which point Ninja fired back, "Don't you have another cat to..." Alinity and Ninja exchanged some blows back and forth. The entire community on Twitter ate some popcorn, and then it ended. It's pretty crazy, though. And there you have it. Those are some of the biggest streamer feuds of all time. Let me know if you remember any of these, and I'll see you soon.